Welcome to the Olympic edition of the Penalty Loopy podcast, where we talk about all races and everything around the biathlon competizione from the 2026 Olympics in Antholz, Italy. Grazie for listening, and if you enjoy the podcast, leave us a 5 stars or a like on your podcasty platform, or send us a message on social media. Ciao, everybody. Hey, buongiorno. How are you doing?
I think that has extra special meaning today on a Italian gold medal winning day.
Well, I would like to start with a quote from the A-Team, Hannibal. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah?
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah, this is it.
Considering the whole thing that Lisa Vittozzi went through with her shooting in prone, winning the overall, not being able to come back for a whole season, and, well, you could say peaking at the right moment, because not even challenged today.
It was
I shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean.
Biathlon. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, just the ultimate fighter, right? I mean, she just, like you said, she had all those shooting woes. She could barely hit the broadside of the barn, prone like 3 years ago, wins the overall. Then as soon as she's like back on top, she has the back injury, misses an entire season. And, now she's Olympic gold medal winner, Lisa Vittozzi, with a perfect 20 for 20.
Well, and I think too, like, she must have doubted so many decisions when she decided to take the whole season to recover, and, and then on a day like today, it just all comes together, right?
It was,
and makes you realize you did the right thing, because clearly,
she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just looking back through the splits, and like, she started the race, 30, 40-ish seconds back, somewhere in that range, 35 seconds. And then after the first shooting, she's 30 seconds back, and she never looked hurried on lap 2. And then she goes clean again, and she's in first. And Kirkeeide is there and actually surpasses her, but it doesn't change her off of what she does. And she goes clean again, and she's still behind Kirkeeide and doesn't make a huge effort to chase her down. Actually loses some ground on the fourth lap. Going into the fourth shooting, she lost like 6 or 7 seconds, and then she goes clean again. And at this point, she just has a monumental lead, and she can enjoy it down the stretch. Watching her wave to the crowd, do her little phoenix, the bow and the phoenix rising. And it was just something I won't forget. It's one of those stories that if you're not an Italian fan, I think we all really loved watching Vittozzi build herself back up from how low she was a few years ago. And if you told us during the last Olympics that she was going to be doing this, I mean, it seemed a really far away. And yet, here it is.
I just, I don't know. Like, to me, this was such a prime example of somebody, even though you're competing with everybody, who's completely in her own zone, super focused and almost oblivious to what's happening around her, knowing that if I just do my perfect race, that's all I can do. And if it's good enough, it's good enough. And clearly it was.
Ugh. Yeah, I keep coming back to it.
Yeah, just like you said, like not getting pulled into speeding up to keep up, or like just doing our own thing. It was
just beautiful.
Piece of art.
It was. And like we've noticed her shooting times being fast this year, and they were, I mean, once again, 21.9 seconds and 21.5 seconds for her 2 prone shoots. Interestingly, were faster than her standing shoots at 24.5 and 24.1. But it was Lisa Vittozzi racing like Lisa Vittozzi, and it's gold. It's gold medal. And I love it so much for her. I love it for the Italian fans that get to celebrate this today. They got the silver medal to start. They get this today. It's really spectacular. A few more races to come, but even if this is the only 2 moments, of medal winning that they have, I mean, these were big time celebratory events, and I'm very happy for them.
Absolutely. And I wish you started listening to me, because if we had a reward for the isolated pursuit, we would have Wierer in 1, Vittozzi in 2, and in the men we would have Jacquelin in 2nd.
Yeah.
So clearly they had a good day.
They did. And Vittozzi Wierer, obviously this is not the way she would imagine or would have hoped for her pursuit to be, but starting off 44th and ending in 9th is a hell of a day. Yeah. And some people, and I'm sincerely not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but you could understand why somebody would be disappointed, with medal aspirations starting in 44th, but Wierer, just the consummate champion, just put her head down and fought her way into the top 10. And I love her all the more for it.
Somebody else who didn't have a bad day, Suvi. Were you excited?
A little bit. Now, do you want to talk about Suvi's race, or do you want to talk about my reaction to Suvi's race? Because I could talk at length about both.
I prefer to start with the latter.
Okay. Yeah.
So tell us, what was your reaction?
Genuinely came into the day not expecting a medal. Just the way that she looked in the sprint, it just felt like that maybe the ski strength wasn't there, or the ski prep wasn't there. In the individual, she looked quite good. She shot pretty well, but was still like 3 minutes back, even with only 2 misses. The sprint, she obviously shot clean and then faded pretty badly in the 3rd lap. So when coming into this race, I genuinely was like, you know what? If she goes out there and goes 20 for 20, then she did all she could. But I did not come into it with it didn't build up my hopes. And then, in halfway through the race, she's, hit her first 10 shots and she's still sitting at 6th place, but there are a bunch of, she's chasing Vittozzi, Kirkeeide, Jean Monod is up in 3rd, Michelin is in 4th place. And then you have Todorova, Preuss is right there. And so at that point I was still like, she's perfect, but she's making up some time, but not really making up positions. There's still a lot of people there. Then she goes perfect in the 3rd shoot. And that's when I started to be like, could this happen? Could she do it? I was totally roped in, because Jean Monod at that point had her 2nd miss and still looked like a very good skiing performance. But, Jean Monod was plus 35, Suvi plus 35, Preuss plus 37. Michelin was obviously still in the mix there, plus 44. And they come onto the range and basically Jean Monod's pulled away a little bit. At 9 seconds ahead of Preuss, Suvi had slipped a little bit behind Preuss. And at that point I was like, man, she has to go clean and she needs everybody else to miss. If that happens, maybe. And that's exactly what happened, is that she went clean and everybody else didn't. And so then she comes out, she's in 2nd. Kirkeeide is only 4 seconds behind her, and Jean Monod is 11 seconds behind Suvi. And at that point I was, Kirkeeide is going to pass her. So, can she hold off Jean Monod? And I was literally shaking at this point. Like I could barely type, and how I post during races. It's out of control. And I was holding my breath the entire time until we got to see, the first shot, of them on the last lap. And when we first saw them on the last lap and Suvi was still in front of Kirkeeide, like I was like, okay, she's going to give it a go, right?
Yeah.
Because Kirkeeide hasn't overtaken her yet. She's not fading. And I have to say that I actually think having Maren right there was actually really helpful for her. Because once Maren did pass her, then Suvi had someone really strong to sort of chase off of. It was like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to hang with her as long as I can. And there's a point where they're coming up the rise and the camera's at the top and you're looking straight down, and just the way the camera is set up, the depth gets really compressed between all the athletes. And so at that point, it looked like Lou was like really making up a lot of ground. And once we saw the split, you could see she was still 11 seconds further back, and that Suvi was doing really well. But I got really nervous at that point. And then when they cut to the closing and you see, Kirkeeide's coming in and then Suvi's behind her on the straightaway, but you couldn't see Jean Monod in the background. I just started like the hairs rose up on my arms and I just sort of lost it. I couldn't believe it. And you see Suvi take a look behind her like, can I calm down now?
I know. Well, I mean, so much stress, right? When you know that there's really fast skiers around you. And
yeah. And I can't believe it happened.
She had what, the, I don't know, 14th skiing time in the last lap? Suvi?
Yeah. I was, it happened. I can't believe it. Seriously, I think that I had sort of thought that I just didn't know it was going to happen. And it did. And now she did something that it's hard to win a medal in the Olympics. And I think that Kaisa Mäkäräinen is sort of the ultimate example of that. Like, she is one of the greatest of all time and doesn't have a non-relay Olympic medal. You get one chance every 4 years, right? A couple chances every 4 years. It's really hard. And Suvi did it. She found a way to make it work. Her story, I think, is inspiring, that this deep into her career, she went from being an amazing shooter to being an amazing biathlete. Like, she found a way to change her training to find that extra skiing. And now that we've had all these top 10s and all these podiums, and there was the World Championship bronze, she won the race this year. She wore yellow, and now she has this Olympic medal. And even if she does nothing else, right? If she retires tonight, right? She still is completely rewritten her story, and she goes from being somebody who was a great shooter to somebody who goes down as one of the great Finnish biathletes of all time. I mean, it's her and Mäkäräinen, really. I mean, I would put her above Mary Ader at this point. And
I mean, to get to the point within 2 years where people are not even surprised to see her in third on the Olympics.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That it's an amazing story, but nobody's falling over. It's not like seeing Laura Hristova win the bronze in the individual, where it was like truly stunning. This was like, oh yeah, like she was one of the medal contenders and she did it. And it's as clearly as a completely unobjective Suvi Mäkäräinen fan, I'm really happy.
No, I don't know. It's just all these podiums. There is so much fun. I don't know, so many good feelings about it, right? And that's, another thing that is so beautiful about this sport is there's really not anybody who I do not want to win a medal.
Well,
like, I'm excited for everybody, right? And it's
I was going to say, think about the other bronze, the other bronze medalists, right? How do you feel about him?
I think listening to Eric Lesser doing his final shooting, he described very well what I was feeling, because he was unable to really say anything other than basically, why does he shoot so fast? Why?
Yeah. What'd you think about his race as a whole? And obviously we're talking about Emilien Jacquelin, who overcame the bitter disappointment of finishing fourth in the sprint to take bronze in the pursuit today. So what do you think of his race as a whole?
Well, his race is the perfect summary of a Emilien Jacquelin race.
Yes.
Where, especially seeing him already blow up after 3 loops in the sprint, to then still go out like a madman, and he wasn't the only one. That first loop,
yeah,
it seemed like it was like the final loop of the race.
Yeah.
Seemed like they were all going all out. Yeah. And then, it was also in a way cool to see how Laegreid, after the final shooting, was like, I'm not gonna tuck in and see what happens.
Yeah.
He literally flew by. And I think at that stage, it's hard to picture Emilien Jacquelin not going through this whole emotion of, I had the gold in my hands and what did I do?
Yeah, right. I was so proud of him on that last lap. Right, he was clearly in, I don't know if it was mental pain or physical pain or both, but he buckled down and got himself to the finish line. He was not going to relive that fourth place again.
I think it seems to me that that goes hand in hand with him.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. This was the perfect summation of Jacquelin, right? If you have never seen a Jacquelin race, I mean, he goes out and has the number one course time in the first loop. His shooting times, like 21.6, 21.0, 21.5, 18.8. He just goes. He doesn't hold back. He goes for the win, I guess, at all moments, and eventually it seems to bite him. And this time he was able to hold it together and come out with a medal. And it was every moment of it was thrilling. And this how I'll remember him like this.
It hurts again, man.
Yeah.
He's the prime example of a what if.
Yeah.
But in the sense, like it is so realistic, this what if scenario for him.
Yeah. Yep. What if he was able to race a different way? We'll never know.
Well, and it's made me almost think, I don't know if you noticed in this women's sprint, there was a shooting by Wierer where she shot her first shot, and then it seemed during her breath that she fired a second shot.
And
it seemed at first that she just shot really fast, but I actually wonder if she accidentally pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
Because she missed by a lot for her standard.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that was sort of still in my head when I saw Emilien shoot, and I think he had 2 shots in a good pattern, and then the third one he just like rattled off right after.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was, like I said, like what was going on in my head was what Eric Lesser was expressing. Like why, like, because there's no need for it. He had 35 seconds, right?
30.5 seconds. Yep.
Like the only thing I honestly think he just goes on instinct. He doesn't really think about, or maybe he does think, but then his mind takes over when he's at the range. But I could see him argue, like, if he had 1 penalty, he probably wouldn't have been able to beat Ponsiluoma speed wise, because he would have only had 5 to 10 second lead. So
yeah,
the way he looked, he probably felt pretty spent already. But man,
on that fourth lap, I think we all were thinking the same thought. Like everybody who has watched him for even just this season, his entire career, and because you're right, he has this 30-second lead, and he's coming into it, and we're all like, man, we know what he's going to do. He's going to go in there, and he's going to fire as fast as he can. And I think we're all thinking, like, well, that's what he's going to do. But what if he wouldn't? What if he would just take a breath?
But I still love it when I wrote that article, and he left a message saying, that's just who I am.
Yes.
And that's how I'm going to win, and that's how I'm going to lose, and that's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it wouldn't work for me in any other way. So, I mean,
and God love him for it. And I mean that sincerely.
Oh, yeah.
He has this style and he's got to do it. And great. And think about where he was it last year, 2 years ago, where midway through the season, he had to step away because he just mentally was struggling so much with it. And think about where he is now, standing on the podium. And that's just another way of like rewriting your story. Vittozzi did it, Suvi did it, Jacquelin did it.
Yeah.
Just to find your joy in the sport, and just maybe as part of it, it's just like, you know what? I can't change the way I race. This is going to be it. This is, whether it works or not, I can't say. It's just gotta go.
Well, and I wonder with him if he would win by taking it really slow, or he would win doing it the Jacquelin way. I think that would give him so much more enjoyment.
Yeah.
In a way,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, I mean, there was definitely a show of happiness when he was standing there with the three of them.
Yes.
I'm sure he's going to have many moments it could have been, but at this point, I already feel that he's more like, I tried my way. I tried my best. It didn't work out. I'm still having a bronze, and
yes,
I'm happy getting a bronze racing my way.
Totally agree.
And I mean, we just talked about it with someone like Vogt, for example, who does the opposite, and it's really hard for her to change. And that's, I think a lot of it has to do with your personality. And, for us spectators, it's like, well, why don't you just change it? But, it's tough. It's, if that's just in you, we've all had our adrenaline rush sometimes, and you do things where in hindsight, you're like, oh, if I just took a little more time. How many times are we late, and then we do so many little things that make us be there even later, where if we would just calmly, drive to the appointment knowing that we're going to be a minute late, but that's okay, then, So I don't know. It's still, like, in a way, I'm almost happier for him that he was able to race his own style and still have a medal. Because, I don't recall exactly what his results were the last couple of races, but I think, didn't he have a sprint? Where was that? Where he didn't even qualify for the pursuit?
Yeah, I think that was at Oberhof, where he was like 62nd or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so to then have a third on the Olympics, I think it's super exciting for him.
Magnificent. Speaking of changing the narrative, does Ponsiluoma's gold medal for Sweden change the way you feel about how their Olympics are going?
Well, I think the WAX team is going to have a couple of bottles of champagne tonight as a thank you gift from the athletes, because in the women's, they had the first, third, 10th, and 15th ski time.
Yep.
And in the men, the first, 28th, and 46th. I don't know. Samuelson is clearly off his form, or maybe fighting a cold, because you would definitely expect him higher up, especially when the WAX seem to be right on the mark. But they clearly had a good day on the skis, and it shows their strength. And then, unfortunately for the women, it didn't quite work out in the range, but they didn't even shoot that bad. Hey, like Hannah, just two misses, Gasblom, two misses, and then Anna 3, and Elvira 5 is not gonna help you, of course, but
well, and I mean, Samuelson 5, and he still finishes 12th, which is not, certainly could have been worse. But Ponsiluoma coming out with a 19 out of 20. Do you, off the top of your head, do you know how many races he's won in his career?
I know he won I don't like a large event race, like either a world championship or Olympic, a sprint. A sprint, I think.
World Championship sprint in Polkjuka in 2021. Yeah, he won that sprint. By the way, do you know who else was on the podium in that race? Our good buddy Emilien Jacquelin was in third. So I guess that's just a good combination for them. And then he won one other race. And in his life, in his career on the World Cup, he has hit 19 out of 20 or better now 5 times. This was the 5th time. Yep. And what a time to do it.
Is it just incredible how that works?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a numbers guy and I compare, race to race, season to season, and then these outliers can make a difference of being a top 30 athlete, and all of a sudden you stand on the podium.
175 individual events, and he has, and now how many of those were 4 shoot races? We'll have to go back and look, but still.
Yeah.
That's
well, even if it's about half.
Yeah. It's not like he has 1, 2, 3, 4. He has 4 perfect shoots in sprints. So it's not like he's blowing it up in sprints too. This season, shooting, he is hitting 83.6% prone, 77.9% standing. And what did he do with his standing shooting today? 10 out of 10.
Doesn't get more perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very happy for him.
And for the team.
And for the team. Yeah.
No, it's
a great day.
So yeah, that's there was a couple of things on the women's that I would like to go through. Bulgaria continues to pretty much shock the biathlon world with a 7th place.
Yes.
And 14th, even though Todorova coming from 4th was probably hoping even better, but that's still,
Let me guess who what you're going to say next.
Yeah, you can guess. I wrote it down, so.
I think that the next team you're going to mention is Poland.
That is right below me mentioning Volva first.
Okay. Yeah.
Baiba, unfortunately, not a great day on the shooting range, but Volva continues her impressive run with an 11th spot, only 1 miss. And right after that, I was going to say how happy I am for Tobias and his team with a 3rd, 15th, and 17th result on the day.
Yes.
And resulting in 12, 13, and 16. So just he must be over the moon with that.
Yeah. Kamila Zuk was in 12th, Natalia Sidorich in 13th, Joanna Jacquelin in 16th, and then Anna Maka was in 40th. And do you know what this means for them?
How many do they have in the mass start?
3. Tobias is going to be a busy man. Busy man next week.
3.
Yeah.
3 out of 30, eh?
Yeah.
That must, if he ever needed a confirmation of his team is doing well, and, maybe throughout the season, maybe not as good as he would like to, but, that's super thrilled for him.
Absolutely. I'm just over the moon. I mean, he gets 3 in the mass start. Do you want to know how many teams that is better than? Or I should say more than. Maybe I shouldn't say better because it's all subjective, or with what your expectations are.
My thought was more going towards: do they have 1 person more than Norway?
They are tied with Norway. They are tied with Germany. They have 1 person more than Italy. They have more than Austria, Switzerland, Finland. Denmark, by the way, has a woman who we should mention who's in the mass start also. But
yeah. So
who
is the 3rd for Norway?
The 3rd for Norway
is it Tandervold in 15th? I don't think she's in the 15th.
Pull it up. I think it's Marta Johansson. I think she snuck in.
Oh, okay.
Yep. She is right now the 28th qualifier.
Okay.
Yep. So that's just a fantastic performance.
We were so happy for Tanner Revolt. You know, finally seeing that smile again, and then 9 misses today, man, oh man.
Yeah. It's that's a hard one. And you saw that she's officially off the relay team.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, and who's their spare, or not spare, but like who's the fourth?
Juni Arne-Clive.
Yeah. Oh, Arne-Clive, yeah.
Yep. So she's coming in, and then she'll join Johansson and Knoten and Kirkeeide.
Yeah. And hats off to Kirkeeide too, eh?
Yeah.
You know, because obviously she had a rough start to the Olympics, and then this amazing race in the sprint, and nobody would really fault her for, you know, having a poor result today just because of all like the media attention and the celebration and everything. But she wasn't quite there to finish off the double, but man, was she close.
She gave it a hell of a run.
I can't imagine, even with just want to quickly see what the rankings after 4 loops were. 45 seconds behind Vittozzi. Is that right? After 4 loops?
Yes.
I can't imagine that Vittozzi was overly comfortable knowing that Kirkeeide was
even on the same lap. Like,
well, but it's like, you know, it's unlikely, but man, when she puts a turbo on, because did she beat the French team or the Italian team when she made that crazy comeback in the relay?
It was Vittozzi that she beat at the end.
Vittozzi, right?
Yeah. Well, and she left after shooting 4 just 7 seconds ahead of Jean Monod. So it wasn't like she was 6.5 seconds ahead of Jean Monod. So it wasn't like she was way ahead of Jean Monod, and Kirkeeide just had it, and Jean Monod didn't at the end. And at the finish, it's
she had an unusual shooting.
She did. It just didn't.
But
just
again,
a little off.
So it's just funny, right? So we're talking about an athlete here who, if you just go by my gut feel, I would say is having a disappointing Olympics. Just because, you know, the way, like how good she is, you would almost want her win a gold every race. And then, so she has a second, a third, and a fourth. And she very much reminds me of what we've also been saying about Laegreid, that when they have a not perfect day, they're still in the top 10, and in this case, even on the podium. And if I'm not mistaken, it applies exactly the same for Laegreid, right? Because he's been, second, third. And it's not where they want to be, but at the same time, it's like, holy moly, man, if that's in a way a disappointing Olympics. Yeah. Whew. And so I'm looking at the last races, individual and, what do you call it? Not even total. No, just individual races. So I have to go to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I have to go down 15 rows for Lou Jean Monod's races where she's outside of the top 10. That was in Östersund where she got in 16th in December. And after that, it's been first 7, 2, 1, 2, 7, 10, 2, 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4.
Well, and like we've said before, and we talked about it last year with Franzi, but like more even than the wins, that's why she's running away with the overall. It's because her bad days are excellent.
Oh my God. And then before that, You have to go back to 2024, December 22nd, where she was 14th.
Yeah, that's wild.
Incroyable, as the French like to say.
Yeah, and I know that people are going to be upset that she doesn't have a non-relay gold medal yet, but it's all part of the career. It's all part of the career arc. This will, in all likelihood, not be her only Olympics. Very likely she comes to the French Olympics in 4 years as another one of the gold medal favorites, and maybe she adds it then, right?
Oh, well, still have the mass start coming, and
I
guess the relay.
Yeah. Would anybody here be stunned if she went out in the mass start and won it by 25 seconds? No.
No, other than the only reason why I would be, not stunned at all, but why it would be a little bit of a surprise almost is just because she, again, with these results, it's hard to say, but like she seems not quite herself.
I think she has a little bit of the last shoot scaries right now.
Maybe.
Because it happened the last couple of races. That last shot, just not the very last shot, but the last trip to the range. And we talked about it last year, that there were a couple of instances where she had a chance to get the win and she missed one or two in the very last shoot. So obviously this is not keeping her from being amazing, because she has, I think, more wins in the last 2 or 3 years than anybody. But it's keeping her from being epically amazing. It's like we're talking about a very small gradient here.
Well, epically amazing, because I think she's still, it's.
Real quick, Sturla. I don't think he had any post-race dramatics today, but I do want to say that right now he has 3 medals, and in all likelihood is going to collect one in the relay, which is going to give him 4, which then means he is 1 mass start performance away from tying QFM and Johannes and Roysland for 5 medals at an Olympic Games. And like you said, it's like he doesn't have the gold. He obviously has made headlines for the wrong reasons, but he's also just sort of putting together when you look back at his career and you see all these Olympic medals stacking up, like it's going to make a difference in how we look at him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just incredible athlete. And, keeping in mind that his season, besides from relationship issues, the whole, again, situation with Bakken and just being such a crazy season, and then still to be able to perform like this.
Yeah, absolutely. And he has all the drama with the crazy interview, and I'm sure that he's gotten a lot of pressure and not awesome feedback after that, and he still goes out there and gets a bronze and a silver.
Yeah,
so it's incredible compartmentalization, whatever you feel about him and his situation, but it's as an athlete, this is sort of the same thing as like Simon, like whatever you feel about her and happened afterwards, like what she is able to do on the course is phenomenal. And
I mean, it was sad to see her not start today. I'm assuming that the sickness we kind of figured is actually happening.
Yeah, and we'll see if maybe Jean Monod, maybe that's part of why she didn't have the push there at the end. I mean, yeah. Speaking of, actually, I want to quickly mention Michelin, who obviously had the great day in the sprint. Didn't finish on the podium today, but I still thought she had 4 misses, but still ended up 5th. And it felt like every lap, like she was coming, right? She was sort of relentless. And as I was, of course, queuing in on Suvi, I just kept in the back of my mind, I kept thinking like, oh, here comes Michelin again. Like, started out that lap with a solid lead, and now Michelin is closing in on her. Like, so she's clearly feeling good, and I'm just thinking about her for the mass start.
I'm just looking at her isolated time, which wasn't great, but she was exactly the same time as Anne de Besch from Denmark, who was 7 seconds faster than Elvira Oberg.
Oh, man.
It's a pretty decent day.
Anne de Besch, man. That's another one. You could see having such a great race in the sprint. You could see her sort of having a letdown performance after that excitement. But I mean, she finished 20th.
Yeah. You just have to love the surprise like that. Like, there was one other that is escaping me right now, but yeah, she's a prime example of that, and just happy for her to just be so good when it matters.
Yeah.
And how old is she? She's not that old, is she? 25.
She 25, 26, yeah.
So I don't know if she participated in the previous Olympics or not, but
nope, because she was still Norwegian. Norwegian at that point, and she would have been behind too many people.
Yeah.
Not that she's not Norwegian now, but obviously, with dual citizenship, blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's funny. I as I'm scrolling through the her data, I see Sidorovic, and it just gave me a smile.
Yes.
Again, just I'm so happy for
what
the
a
Polish
day.
team.
Yeah. Oh man,
and
Tobias.
Like you said, 3 people in the mass start is I don't know. I find it unheard of.
I meant to mention this earlier. The last time that happened, do you know where it was? Somewhere close, near and dear to your heart. No. It was in Canmore in 2016. Yep. Last time that they had 3 in the mass start. Last time at the Olympics, I think, was like I don't know if it was 2014 or 2010, but it's been a little bit.
How many Bulgarians are in the
2
mass start?
Yep, two Bulgarians.
Thought.
Yeah. 2 Bulgarians. It's pretty cool. Anna Ondexer, she made the mass start as well. Very happy for her. And there was somebody else that I was going to mention in the mass start.
Is Anna Gantler?
She is not.
Huh.
Yep. Did we mention Baiba? She's in the mass start.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, maybe that was it. Leo Meyer, obviously. Yeah, solidly in there. Right now, it looks like
I forgot who the Italian girl that was cleared to race. She did not race. Is that right?
Rebecca Passer did not race. Yeah. Now I guess we'll see. Will she be in the relay or not? And that is.
You just don't want to take that risk, right? Like,
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like if she was like having amazing results and then couldn't race 1 or 2, you might take the risk. But
yep. How about the Finnish men?
Did he stay clean? I didn't.
Not today. We had.
Come on.
Seppala finished in 15th. Harjula finished in 21st. Invinius was 22nd. And our boy Ali Hidensolo was in 17th. He had 4 misses today, so caught up with him just a touch. But 4 guys in the top 22 for the Finns, and all 4 of them will be lining up for the mass start next Saturday.
Wow, no way.
Or next Friday, yeah. Which is.
And Otto Invinius, he was the one with the poor shooting so far, right?
Yeah.
Poor. Yeah. So he got 10th isolated time today.
That is, man, Tobias and
Seppala 15th.
Yeah, Tobias and Eric, right? The Finnish coach. Obviously, extremely good friends. Those two they need to go out and have a drink tonight because they've earned it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's. I never know. I'll actually be interested to talk to Tobias. I don't know if he would express
Maybe
that.
We can get him on next week.
No, but I'm just thinking of when you take over a team that's not one of the top teams. Like, what is your secret goal? Where you're like, what you actually think is realistic in the most positive outcome.
Yeah. Well, I think just from what he's told us, right? I mean, obviously you want to be winning races and getting on podiums, but I think last year he was so thrilled to have Sidorovic as a top 30 overall athlete. Like, I think that was like a really cool thing. So I think I would imagine that now that he has 3 bibs for the Olympic mass start, like he's got to be absolutely jazzed about that.
Yeah. It's super exciting.
Yeah. We keep mentioning it just because obviously we've been fortunate enough to speak with him so many times, and he was amazing in Oslo last year, and he's just an all around awesome dude. And he's the kind of guy you just want good things for. Speaking of guys you want good things for, Campbell Wright got his top 10 today, finished in 8th, one spot off the American record, but he would have tied it.
He second isolated, hey?
He was excellent. I don't know, was he second? I knew he was good.
Oh, fourth. Sorry,
yeah.
Fourth.
Yeah. And he lost out in a sprint with Theo Maé, who the world broadcast analyst told us was his good friend. I don't know how true that is, but makes a good
actually,
story.
That's interesting because I saw when they were all kind of standing in the area.
Yeah,
I saw that Campbell specifically walked to an athlete who I thought was QFM.
Yeah.
And I was actually wondering if I saw that correctly because it was kind of blurry.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that was picked up.
Yeah, maybe they are buddies.
I learned a couple of interesting things from the world commentator.
Okay.
Or broadcast commentator. That
I'd be curious to know.
Did you, for example, know that Lisa Vittozzi did not ski uphill in the last loop?
Oh, she didn't?
No.
That's amazing. Remarkable.
It was all flat for her. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, that explains why she was able to ski away with it so easily. She got to ski a different course.
And she had some superlatives that I hadn't heard her say, which is by itself, quite the...
Yeah. She is, what's funny is I don't necessarily enjoy the experience of listening to her call a race. Again, I want to make it clear. I think that she was put in not a great position with this. I'm sure that there are races and things that she calls very well. I think it's also clear that she just doesn't know biathlon all that much.
Yeah, and I was actually going to say, can you cut that out? But I know it's so easy to sit on the couch and complain, but it's at some point it's like, okay, I don't know. I've said it many times before. Sometimes it's okay to not say something. You don't have to flip through your book for another superlative of.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt the same when they were doing the medal ceremony for the 2014 relay. It was the 2014 relay, correct? Yeah. And then the 2010 race. And she just kept talking and jabbering through. I was like, you know what? You could just it's okay.
Enjoy the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what a moment. I think they did, it will never replace winning it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But to see those teams up there and I loved your picture that you sent that Siminator, gets 36th and then gets a medal from 12 years ago or so.
12 years ago. I showed the picture to my wife who doesn't, watch races regularly. And I said, hey, point to the guy who just raced today. And she pointed to 2 other people before she got to Ader, right? Yeah. And she pointed to Ader and she goes, he looks like he's the oldest. And I was like, well,
Well, and if you look at the Norwegian team there, hey? Like Bjørndal and Svensson and the Bow brothers.
Yeah,
I think
quite a
wasn't
team.
that one of the few races where Svensson didn't do very well in the last lap?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, again, it's not ideal, but it's still, I'm really happy for those guys that they
got it.
Yeah. I was thinking at least Germany has a gold medal today.
Yeah, that's true. And they had both those boys pumped.
Oh yeah. And they were, Philip Horn was on track really well. And then
he was.
He only lost 1 spot, so in itself didn't have a bad race, but it just wasn't really a great day for the Germans.
No. And in a season that has been up and down to put it. I don't know how they're going to do it. I want it to happen though. The relay this week, I just want it for them.
Also, big shout out to Zach Connolly, who had, I wrote down the 20th ski time today. So clearly something working in the wax truck there.
They figured it out. He was in, where did he finish today?
41st.
41st?
Five misses, I believe.
Yeah. Still, though, I mean, we talk about for a lot of the season, right, for the Canadian and American teams, like making the pursuit is like that's a nice goal to have. And Connolly is in 41st, and Logan Pletz is there, and Adam Runnels is there. So they had 3 guys running. It's a good day. And I think we mentioned Benita Pfeiffer ran in the pursuit, and that was the first pursuit that she has made this year, and she made it at the Olympics. So what a time.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I am excited. With the way that they're skiing, I'm kind of excited to see if they can hit the targets. The Canadian relay team could have a really big day, right?
Because they sure shoot fast, because I know that Adam, I'm not sure which race it was, had the fastest shooting time.
Man. Let's see what he was today. He was 3rd fastest today, behind Dobson and Jacquelin, and then just ahead of Jacomel and Simon Nader.
You see, that's a feat in itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else we needed to mention?
Jakob Falk finished in 14th.
Yeah.
Speaking of older guys, still out there fighting hard. Lucas Hofer in 13th. It's nice.
Yeah, and I know that Jacomel would have preferred to, be in the mix, but the sprint didn't really work out. But then to still be did I say second? Was he second in isolated? Yeah, at least he must have felt good about his race today.
Yeah, and you can take that forward to the mass start, right? That you had it rolling. So
yeah.
Do you have any hopes for the mass start? Like anybody that, like for example, if Suvi hadn't won a medal today, I would have been like, can she just one brilliant race, please? Anybody that you're feeling like that for the mass start?
Well, I'd love to see Lou to get a gold, just because I think she deserves it. Not that anybody else doesn't deserve it, but I just think, like with the whole list I named, it would be awesome to see that for her. Sidorovic podium.
Yes. Yeah, 20 for 20. Yeah. That would be, I would.
At the same time, I would be thrilled to see one of the Oberg sisters on the podium.
Veer, Camille.
Yeah.
There's just too many of them.
Man, Veer, I would lose my shit if she, her last race of her career in her backyard.
Yeah. If we had a podium of if it was like Lou, Veer, and Sidorovic, I might actually just be inarticulate. I couldn't handle it.
Well, I'll up you on that Veer and Lou have a photo finish that's undecided.
Yeah. Tie for the gold.
Yeah.
What about the men?
Well, the first person that jumped in my head was Sebe.
Yeah.
I mean, Jacquelin would be awesome. Laegreid would be awesome. Perrault. I mean, there's so many, but Campbell.
Yeah.
Gamble have a great day. But
that'd be amazing.
Yeah. I would think my heart goes out for Samuelson.
Yeah, I agree. It just hasn't. It's hard because in Oberhof and Ruhpolding, he looked awesome, and I can't remember which race he won in there. Was it the?
Yeah.
Anyway, but
although there is something to say for a certain Austrian to be on the top of the podium, lifting his poles and skis and just throwing them away and hanging them up. Not likely to happen, but still.
Yeah. Oh man, what a way.
Hofer on the podium.
Hofer on the podium. What if we had the old man podium?
Yeah. Fuck. Ader. Hofer.
Yeah, get them all up there.
A retirement party.
looking at the starting list over here. Yeah, I mean, there's so many people.
They're on, right? All three of them?
Hofer, yep, Hofer's there. Falk is there. Ader is not there. Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, so
he did
he's gonna have to keep going.
Oh, he still have to relay. Yeah.
Yep. Well, he's gonna have to keep going for 4 more years to get that big send off. Yeah.
Well, I think he's probably debating if he's doing 1 or 2 more Olympics after this.
How old are his grandkids? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Can he race with his grandson?
Wouldn't that be something, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. That's all I got. I'm exhausted. I know that one of our listeners, she was up feeding twins at 5:00 in the morning. Yeah, so I know that she
must have been happy with the biathlon.
Yeah, she was. Quite.
But more like, I remember when my wife was, feeding in the middle of the night, she's like, I'm just so bored. This takes so long.
Oh, well, that I think
can't
also
really do
she's
much.
a big French fan, so seeing Jacquelin on the podium, I think was a...
Yeah, no, that she has something to do while she's feeding.
Feeding, I know. Yeah. Those are long days, man. What did they say? The days are long, but the years are short.
Yeah.
Nothing could be more true as I'm thinking back to when we started this 2022 and Ben was just a year old and now he's actually able to sort of on a day like today where it's, when everyone finishes, like the first one to the line finishes, he's actually able to understand who's winning. And it's just
nice.
It's amazing how fast it passes.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised you haven't asked me about ski clubs for kids yet in Calgary.
No, we'll figure it out. Yeah.
Oh, good.
All right.
So when
4 more days
tomorrow?
We get Tuesday. We get a day off.
Oh, Tuesday. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Tuesday at 8:30.
Are you watching anything else?
Eastern time. Oh yeah. So I got a lot to catch up on. I want to do some. I want to catch up on the Grand Slalom and the monobob. So the bobsled started. I've always wanted to do bobsled for some reason. So I'll get into some bobsled. And
where would you be in the bobsled?
Where would I? Oh, I'd be driving, of course. I mean, I'm way too tall, but I would still do it. And actually, I enjoyed some speed skating the other. I guess it was the 500, so it was relatively quick, but that was kind of cool. They had the dual moguls. I thought dual moguls was cool. I thought the skiboard cross was cool, and I guess ski cross will be coming up. Yeah, I've got a bunch to catch up on.
Take a peek at the hockey.
I'll take a peek at the hockey. Yeah,
pretty crazy skills.
My daughter is on 2 coming up on 3, and she likes to see people fly. So anything that has people in the air, she loves. So
that's something I still need to catch up on is ski jumping.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you know if Tara went to the Olympics?
She did not. So no Nordic combined for women at the Olympics, and she's been quite vocal about that on social media. Good for her.
That's disappointing. Yeah.
Yep. But she has also been cheering on her partner Sean Doherty at the Olympics as well. So it's been good.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening as usual.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll be back on Tuesday.
This was a joy. Yep. I'll tell you what. I'm happy. Pressure's off. I'm just going to be floating on Cloud 9 the rest of these Olympics. It's going to be great. All right, guys. Okay. We're out of here.
Yep. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.